Hello, Kamin here. And I wanted to share something today with you that came up when I was working with a client last week and realized I hadn't shared with you or anyone, I think, other than, my very closest friends. And that is a prayer that I used when I was growing my corporate career. And I'm working on a new program called Women Get Promoted. And I was sending some of the materials to a client who was working on that and realized I hadn't shared this. And the prayer came back immediately, and I was so surprised that it was in there. But I had memorized it many years ago and used it quite a bit in growing my career from manager to manager 2, manager 3, senior manager, and then director and vice president, and had used it, as I mentioned, quite a bit, and thought I'd share it with you. It's called the Prayer of Jabez, and I got it many, many years ago. And it's by Bruce Wilkinson, and it's a prayer from the Bible. And Jabez said this prayer, and I'll say it from memory, and then I'll use it, use the writing so I can keep it straight. But oh, that you would bless me indeed and enlarge my territory, that your hand would be with me and keep me from evil, that I may not cause pain. So how I used that was when you say, oh, that you would bless me indeed, is kind of, a call to God that says, hello, I'm asking for something. And enlarge my territory was a way for me as a manager. It was about asking for, a larger team or more responsibility or promotion or a raise. And what that, when you enlarge a territory, you have more responsibility. And so it was kind of my way of telling the universe I was ready. And the next verse is, and that your hand would be with me. I wanted to be blessed. I wanted it to be of God, to be in alignment with my highest and best good and the highest and best good of everyone involved. And the next verse is that you would keep me from evil. Well, I wanted to make sure I wasn't boastful or arrogant or prideful or any of those in any character issues as I was going through this process of growing my career, because it really was an internal process. And so I can tell you that not everyone behaved that way. And I got stepped on. I know others who were stepped on as people grew their careers. And so it was important for me to make sure that I was in alignment with God, that I was in alignment with my highest purpose. And the last verse was that I may not cause pain. I wanted to make sure that anything that I was working towards would not cause pain to myself or to anyone. And so that kind of kept me in check. And so the prayer is, again, oh, that you would bless me indeed and enlarge my territory, that your hand would be with me and keep me from evil, that I may not cause pain. And so use it. I used it very successfully growing my career. And at the time, I think it was almost, more than doubling my salary during that process. But to really be in alignment, be authentic, be me, and reach for the highest good and the highest good of all concerned. And so I share that with you. And let me know if how it resonates with you. If it works for you, great. If it doesn't, leave it. As I always say, take responsibility for your own growth and upliftment. And get that also from my spiritual teachers. And so let me know how it works for you, and also let me know if you're interested in the Women Get Promoted program. I am working on it's been mulling around in my head with the ideas that I shared when I was in corporate, and I had the opportunity to really work with several people and grow their careers amazingly, and they all are making more money than when they ever thought, and I ever thought. By sharing the principles that I know and used very effectively with them. But it's always helpful to know if it resonates with someone. So send me an email, and I'd love to hear from you. Have a great day.